R. Kelly, the rise, fall, and dark legacy of the king of R&B. R. Kelly, once regarded as the undisputed king of R&B, had a career that shaped the sound of modern R&B music. His talent for writing and producing chart-topping hits, paired with his unique voice and stage presence, made him one of the most influential artists of his generation. But as much as he was celebrated for his genius, the man behind the music was plagued by dark secrets, allegations of abuse, and criminal behavior that ultimately led to his undoing. This is the story of R. Kelly's rise to the top of the music world, the controversial relationships that tarnished his legacy, and the demons that led to his spectacular fall. The rise of an R&B icon. Born Robert Sylvester Kelly in 1967 in Chicago, Illinois, Kelly grew up in a world surrounded by music. From an early age, he demonstrated a talent for singing and performing, leading him to pursue a career in music. By the early 1990s, R. Kelly had burst onto the scene with his group Public Announcement, and later his solo career took off like a rocket. In 1993, Kelly released his breakthrough solo album 12 Play, which featured hit singles like Bump and Grind and Your Body's Callin'. His sexual, sultry style of R&B captivated audiences and established Kelly as a major player in the industry. His songs dominated R&B charts, and he quickly became known as the man who could take any melody and turn it into a hit. R. Kelly's influence on R&B music cannot be overstated. He was behind some of the biggest songs of the 90s and early 2000s, including timeless tracks like I Believe I Can Fly, which won 3 Grammy Awards, and Ignition Remix, which became a club anthem. Many credited Kelly with being the very R in R&B due to his undeniable impact on the genre. His sound defined an era, and his ability to mix gospel, R&B, and hip-hop made him one of the most versatile artists of his time. The controversial relationship with Aaliyah. Despite his musical success, troubling behavior began to emerge early in Kelly's career. One of the most controversial chapters in R. Kelly's life was his relationship with Aaliyah, a rising star in the early 90s who would later become an R&B legend. Kelly met Aaliyah when she was just 12 years old, and soon after, he began to mentor and produce for her. He was a guiding force behind her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, released in 1994 when Aaliyah was just 14. But it wasn't just their musical collaboration that attracted attention. In 1994, reports surfaced that Kelly had secretly married Aaliyah when she was still just 14 years old. A marriage certificate leaked to the public listed Aaliyah's age as 18, but in reality, she was still a minor. When the truth was revealed, the marriage was quickly annulled by her family, but the controversy continued to haunt Kelly's career. While Aaliyah and her family distanced themselves from Kelly after the scandal, his relationship with her would forever be viewed through a disturbing lens. Many questioned Kelly's motives and saw this as the first clear sign of his predatory behavior toward underage girls. The leaked sex tapes and allegations of abuse. As Kelly's career progressed, the accusations against him grew more troubling. In 2002, Kelly's world came crashing down when a videotape surfaced, showing him allegedly engaging in sexual acts with an underage girl. The girl in the video was later identified as the niece of Sparkle, one of Kelly's close collaborators. This tape, which showed Kelly performing explicit acts with a minor, became central evidence in the case that would drag on for years. Kelly was indicted on multiple counts of child pornography in connection with the tape, and though he denied the charges, the footage was damning. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Kelly pleaded not guilty, claiming the video was fabricated and that he was not the man depicted. The case dragged on for 6 years, with Kelly managing to delay the trial multiple times. During this period, Kelly continued to release music and tour, seemingly unbothered by the allegations swirling around him. But the public's view of Kelly began to shift. How could the same man who wrote uplifting songs like I Believe I Can Fly be involved in such disturbing behavior? In 2008, Kelly was finally acquitted of all charges after the girl and her family refused to testify, and the jury could not conclusively identify the girl in the video. However, the damage to his reputation was undeniable, and the public's trust in the artist began to erode. The best of both worlds, and the fallout with Jay-Z. Amid the growing controversy, Kelly continued to collaborate with major artists. In 2002, Kelly teamed up with Jay-Z for the highly anticipated joint album, The Best of Both Worlds. The project was a bold attempt to blend Kelly's R&B style with Jay-Z's rap dominance. The album was expected to be a huge success, but it was marred by Kelly's legal troubles. By the time the Best of Both Worlds tour began in 2004, tensions between the two artists had reached a boiling point. Kelly's erratic behavior, coupled with his ongoing legal issues, created friction during the tour. Things came to a head when Kelly claimed to have seen a man in the audience waving a gun during a performance at Madison Square Garden. Kelly stormed off stage, causing chaos backstage, and the situation escalated when a member of Jay-Z's team reportedly pepper-sprayed Kelly in an altercation. The tour was abruptly canceled, and the fallout between Kelly and Jay-Z became a public spectacle. Jay-Z distanced himself from Kelly, and the collaboration that was supposed to be a celebration of two of the biggest names in music ended in disaster. The public backlash and surviving R. Kelly. In the years that followed, Kelly faced even more accusations of sexual misconduct, abuse, and control over young women. These allegations were long whispered in the industry, but they gained significant momentum after the release of the Lifetime documentary series Surviving R. Kelly in 2019. The docuseries featured testimonies from multiple women, many of whom accused Kelly of grooming and abusing them while they were underage. They detailed how Kelly lured them with promises of fame and success, only to trap them in abusive relationships, controlling every aspect of their lives. Some of the women described being physically abused and held captive by Kelly, unable to leave his orbit. The docuseries ignited a public outcry, with the #MuterKelly movement gaining momentum as fans, radio stations, and streaming platforms boycotted his music. In response, Kelly denied all allegations, and in an explosive interview with Gayle King, Kelly broke down emotionally, famously shouting, "I'm fighting for my fucking life." He insisted that he was the victim of a smear campaign, but the damage had already been done. The legal consequences, arrest and imprisonment. After years of evading justice, Kelly's time finally ran out. In 2021, he was found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking in a federal trial that uncovered a pattern of sexual abuse and exploitation spanning decades. Prosecutors revealed how Kelly had used his status and wealth to recruit underage girls for sexual purposes, manipulating them into staying silent. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison in 2022, bringing an end to the career of a man once regarded as the greatest R&B singer of his time. For many, Kelly's conviction marked a long overdue reckoning for the countless women he had harmed over the years. The legacy, a tarnished genius. The fall of R. Kelly serves as a reminder of how the same talent and power that made him a global superstar were also tools he used to manipulate and abuse vulnerable young women. His musical legacy, once celebrated by millions, is now permanently tarnished by his crimes. Kelly's songs may still play on the radio, and for some, the debate over whether to separate the art from the artist rages on. But for many others, the horrors exposed by his victims outweigh any musical contribution he made to the world of R&B. R. Kelly's story is one of immense talent, incredible highs, and devastating lows. While his music once soared to the top of the charts, his personal actions revealed a man whose demons ultimately destroyed him. Like, comment, subscribe for more content. Peace.